Yo,
that's understandable.
Yeah, and when we was now here's the thing, like when we landed, they gave us the wrong address.
All right.
So I had to call them. So just so happened, some told me to call them, and I couldn't get through. So now me and my homeboy, we just walking around in the barrio, which that's the hood, just in case you didn't know. In the projects with suitcases and bags and shit. And I'm just like,
red flag.
So I had to
target.
Yeah, we was just stranded out there and shit. And went to the wrong place. So I told him call the Uber and to take him back to the airport so I can, I didn't want to be. I felt like I was like a sitting duck, and I had.
And it's disrespectful too. You don't want Dominican Republic. What words, if you give me one or two, that these women know? That, or even not just women, anybody. What word that they know? That if I say this, they know what it means. What can be some of those words that's internationally recognized?
DR, money. Money.
I'm only bringing that up because, G, what I want to know personally is when you was over there, did you use your currency converter a lot? Or did you just look at it and eyeball it like, oh, I got this, that ain't nothing?
No. Speaking of that, my last trip I went, to answer your question is, yes, I use that a lot. I use it a lot.
I don't know if I'm okay. I don't see the light of day. Looking up to higher ground, thinking that'll be your sweet escape. These days gotta schedule the romance. They say that love is a slow dance. A short bike ride to the crib, using no hands, so did it feel like I'm floating? But I'm falling with both eyes closed when I let the world spin. Testing the water, she got my nerves tense. Back when I ain't even have a purpose, I was so eager to learn some things. Anxiety bring out the worst in me. Society paint me as enemy. My making it by that remedy. I'm more occasional, don't do it regularly. Backs under my eyes, weighing down heavily. Mama been worried, the devil allegedly deep in the plan. Subconsciously wanted it since I was 10. I thought I was sharp on my scroll and my pen thinking dead. So mama found shit of them legs. She told me that's not who I am. But nowadays I put on for the fam, see you when I can. I'm surrounded by my feelings, I'm stuck on a Ferris wheel. I bet I perish at 140 acres. She want the horse and the carriage, a porcelain portion of garbage. I talk to the mirror, I know that life's not the fairest. I lost my can, I can't pay off the bills with the blessing. I'm sure I relate to the Reddit page. It's feeling like money is everything. Money is everything. It's everything I need. Till I lay my eyes on you.
All right, guys. Now, I'm at the park, guys. Pretty much, I want to talk about this new. Pretty much, it's about this interview that's coming up, right? And pretty much it's just about me going DR, but just like my third time going DR, right? So I pretty much just want to talk to you guys about this. I know I'm outside walking for a little bit, but it's a good interview. I just want to reach out, but I told you guys my plan of what I had planned to do, and I had planned to go back. I mean, well, not go back, but go back out the country. But like I said, I'm not going back to DR for a while. But if I do go back, it'll be Santiago, or like a whole nother city. So really, I'm not really gonna go back there again. I've been up like 3 times, so I'm kind of tired going back there. So pretty much, guys, just wanted to go, but just tell you guys, man, check out the sunset, man. Real nice, guys. So anyway, I want to talk about, so on this interview, on this interview, I had to break it up into two pieces and stuff, into 2 videos, cause it was long. It was a long video. So pretty much, guys, I want to talk to you guys about this video, and basically one of the main things is what's going on right now, and like in Colombia right now, you know Colombia catching a lot of passport bros are catching a lot of heat from going there a lot and just going and using that as as you already know, as tourism and stuff. So pretty much, guys, in this interview, I hope you guys like this interview. That my homeboy Will, he interviewed me for the first time and stuff. So I just want you guys to check out the video and try to learn something from it or whatever. But I know everybody got their own their own take on this, their own take on the and their own opinion, and that's cool. And I understand people got their own opinion on certain stuff. So pretty much, guys, I just want to pretty much just trying to help people and show people. But here in I'm thinking, like I said, my next country probably gonna be Belize, and I want to say Belize, Rio de Janeiro, and Peru. But I'm really trying to go to Peru. Peru is my main thing right now. Well, not Peru. I'm sorry. I'm lying. Belize is my next country of where I really been thinking about going. And another reason I say that because I don't see a lot of passport bros going to Belize like that. I don't see a lot of them going to Belize like that. But I'm gonna go to Belize. Then after Belize, I don't know. Hopefully it could be Peru or Spain. But I don't want to go to Brazil yet until I get my Portuguese up, guys. So it's just something I want to get up, and I want to, something that I want to know and learn before I go. But anyway, check out the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video. We talk about some interest topic and stuff. A lot of interesting topic that we talk about and stuff. Pretty much, I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for a long term. Now, me personally, I think DR is like a quick fix. It's cool, but it's gonna be. But if you're looking for a wife or something like that, I don't know about DR. You can find a wife, but I just think it's gonna require a whole bunch of. Pretty much, you're gonna have to learn the language, Spanish. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to learn it if you want to correspond with the women there. So anyway, I say all this because I know a lot of people that go to Colombia. They'll go Dominican Republic, and they won't even try to learn the language at all. So anyway, guys, just keep that in mind because I'm really studying my Spanish, trying to get back on my Spanish, taking classes and stuff on it. Now, by the time I get ready to go back out that way. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And I'm out. Peace.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are officially on our third interview together, me and Traveling with G. But hey, guys, look, we're going to do something a little different today. I'm going to interview G, and we're going to talk about his recent travels to Dominican Republic. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Mr. Lorio and
Traveling with G.
Traveling with G. So, okay, G-Dub. Okay, guys, so look, we're going to get into this interview real quick. First thing first, I'm going to let G introduce himself.
Okay.
And just give us a brief background of who he is, what he's been doing, and then we're going to take the interview from there.
All right. Y'all already know this is my channel, Traveling with G. We basically, I'm from Dallas. Well, I'm from East Texas, but I live in Dallas, Texas. But really, I just came back from the Dominican Republic, which is Santo Domingo. I just came back, and I had a good time and everything. And we're gonna get into it. He's gonna ask me a couple questions anyway. But anyway, I had a good time. So pretty much, that's all I gotta say, really.
Cool. So basically, if you guys been keeping up with the channel, you guys seen G in Dominican Republic just recently, and his trip involved just enjoying the city, hanging out, getting away from everything. And we want to know basically what are some of the things that you would recommend for a new traveler that's looking to go to South America, Central America, and just tell us a little bit more about what some things you would have done or you can recommend for people to do to make their trip better.
Okay. I would say before you go to any country, whether that's Europe or whatever, especially South America, I would say that you need to do your research. Do your research on the country, because I've been doing research on the countries for years, not just woke up one morning and just did it for 1 day or 2 days. So I've been, even though I already been to these countries, I've been traveling to these countries before. Pretty much DR is really, I've been to Dominican Republic 3 times. So I would say for a first timer, first beginner, whatever you want to call it, freshman, or fresh out of the water, whatever, first time, I would say do a research on the country that you're trying to go visit, because they have different laws. The money, another thing, the money. Try to download the app, because I downloaded the app for Dominican Republic, and that way you can see how much it'll be from the dollars, from the US dollars to the Dominican pesos. It's a big difference in the conversions of it. So make sure any country you go to, download the app for the currency, guys.
Cool. So speaking about the currency, so let's say we got somebody that's looking right now, they want to go to Dominican Republic for a weekend. Let's say a weekend is 5 days. Give me a budget you think that's going to be able to take care of transportation in the city. They want to go out to the nightlife, eat. They want to get an Airbnb, and possibly they may want to entertain somebody. What you think is the right amount to take? And everybody's going to be different, but what would you recommend for a first time that they don't blow the bank?
First time, I'll say, you don't need much, maybe like 500 to 1,000.
500 to 1,000.
Yeah, to be on the safe side. But that depends on if you're trying to go on an excursion or you trying to go shopping, buy a lot of stuff. That all depends on your lifestyle or what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? But I say roughly maybe a good 1,000.
About a good 1,000.
Yeah,
so now
for emergency.
Keep in mind, guys, when you say 1,000, I don't have the actual conversion rate off the head. G can find that out while I'm talking. But when he say 1,000, there's not many countries and places in the world where the US dollar is weak. Now, I can confirm if you go into Europe, the US dollar is not as strong in Europe or any other European country. But when you go in Central South America, you might got some leverage on them. So with that being said, how much is one USD to the
Dominican pesos? Well, $1,000 of the USD converted over to Dominican peso is 61,432.48.
Okay.
Dominican pesos.
Dominican pesos. Now, that don't mean you're gonna go over there and you're gonna be a millionaire. No, you don't have $68,000.
The money just go longer.
You just go longer. So let's just say our dollar is worth at least 50 more cents than theirs. So for every
more.
So every dollar you spend, you get an extra, let's say 50 cents. So that actually goes along with when you start getting in the hundreds. Gee, what I want to know personally is, when you was over there, did you use your currency converter a lot, or did you just look at it and eyeball it like, oh, I got this, that ain't nothing?
No. Speaking of that, my last trip I went, to answer your question is, yes, I use that a lot. I use it a lot, but sometimes you can get carried away. You can think you know how much it will be. And another thing, I'm not trying to down talk DR, Dominican Republic, but sometimes they'll try to get over you with them taxes too. That's another thing. With the city taxes and the state taxes. So I would say pretty much with that, with that being said, guys, just look at your, I always go to your currency app and double check and make sure of what you get and stuff, because a lot of times if you think you know in your mind, you really don't know, because all that stuff adds up. Eventually it will add up and then it will become expensive, but not too expensive like he said in Europe. But it can, but it can get that way if you're not paying attention and pay attention to your transaction of your bank. I do that the whole time. I pay attention to it. I keep track of what I spend, how much I spend. Okay, Uber, $3, or the mall, the stores, the groceries, or buying food. I keep track of every damn thing that I spend. So that's a good way to keep track of your money, guys.
Okay, so with that being said, let's just say right now I'm in New York and I'm trying to get to the Dominican Republic, and I got $1,000 in my pocket. Do you recommend me converting that money over before I get there, or take American money? Now, I know if I take American money, my money is more than theirs, and they may get over on me. So if I said, okay, here's $1, that dollar is really worth more. So what's your recommendations? Take money out the ATM, what you need, or just take cash and play it by ear? or would you even use your debit card? Which one you think would be a beneficial for a first timer?
To be honest with you guys, don't do what I did. The first time I messed up, I was using my card a lot. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just me personally, I go to the airport or I go to a money exchanger, but I'm kind of leery on that doing it in the city. I like to go somewhere where they have like a money exchanger or go to ATM and it tells you how much you're taking out because it might have like the pesos over here and it tell you how much it's worth. Like you're gonna get $100 out. I think I forgot how much it was in pesos, and it breaks it down for you. But they tell you how much they charge too when you take it, when you convert the money over, transfer the money over.
Right.
So guys, I'm just saying, I would say take what you need at the airport because that's what I did.
Okay. And to piggyback on that, so when I'm doing travel, I kind of made that mistake too. You know, I got a couple $100 in my pocket, majority was on my debit card, and I got my credit card. And what I found out is when you in the airport, the conversion rate, if you're gonna do it in the country you're leaving from. You're in America.
Yeah.
It may be a little bit more, and if you're real good at it, contact your bank first, and they can put an order in. So let's say you got Wells Fargo. I think Wells Fargo and Chase actually do money exchange.
Yeah.
And they don't charge you anything on that, but just the conversion rate. But when you do it at the airport, that's gonna be like 15% on that.
Yeah.
So that's 15% of every dollar you get. So I don't recommend that. And the worst thing to do is to do a conversion in another country. You do it over there, you're subject to all their fees. So don't do that. Take out what you need. And we're gonna play devil's advocate a little bit. We're gonna go deep into the interview, but we're gonna go in a line.
And go ahead. All right. And another thing I realized too, I talk about it in my vlogs, my upcoming vlogs. I haven't posted all of them yet. I want to put about 3 of them up anyway. But I talk about this in the vlog, and I didn't know this. I took old girl to the nail salon, okay, and I told her I think it was like $25, right? So I goes in there. I didn't have that much cash on. I thought I had
25 USD, like straight USD, or was it 25?
No, I mean USD.
And USD.
But I forgot how much it was in peso. Dominican peso. I forgot how much. But so anyway, so we go in there. I said, well, you know what? I just go and pay. You know what I'm saying? Pay with my debit card. I ain't think nothing about it. I goes in there. They telling me, I think your card is messed up. I'm like, no, because we just went down the street and went to what's that place called? Supermercado. And we bought some groceries, and I used my card. My card was fine, and again, it breaks it down to you how much it will be in US currency. So anyway, as we go into the salon, I'm like, it's telling her that my card is not working, that it's declined. So I call my bank. I'm on the phone trying to see like, no,
right.
And come to find out, my card was working. It was. They were saying that certain place you go to, like small stores and stuff like that,
right.
the card reader will not read that. Okay, so that's another thing. But I talked about that in my vlog. So when you guys, matter of fact, that vlog will be out by next week or so. But I talk about that. I realized that I didn't have no idea that every card reader in every stores do not read it unless it's a big national like a big supermarket.
Okay, so talking about that, so there's some things that you guys need to know, you know, if you're going solo. Now, solo is you basically, look, you do whatever. You're just going out there and you just, whatever come your way, you're going to do it. You don't have an itinerary. But if you're going to do it, this platform right here, I hope it helps you guys get some understanding. And what I mean by that is, we're taking it from you departing from your city or country to the destination.
You're a foreigner.
Yeah, you're a foreigner. So just have to know when you're going to these places,
scams goes on.
Right. Sometimes they may not have Uber or Lyft. They may call it something else. Or you might have to take a cab. And pretty much most cabs got a set rate from the airport to your hotel.
Yeah.
It's set. If you can get a deal, get a deal. But what we're trying to find out is if you're going to be going to these places, you don't get scammed and you don't make a mistake. You'll figure it out after you get back home. Look at your debit card statement or look at your cash like I'm out. But you made a key point, and I know most people are going to go by themselves.
Yeah.
We're going to hit it from the solo traveler to someone that's done it maybe once, and maybe we're going to get into a graduate like yourself who actually know when they go there, they got somebody.
I gonna tell you about South America. I haven't
right. That's fine. We want to talk about the travel, and I want to know from each stage. So we're gonna take it from the first stage as somebody that just fresh off the plane. They touched down in Dominican Republic. What you recommend? Now they checked in their room. What you think they should be doing when they first get in Dominican Republic? What would you call an ideal first day in Dominican Republic? If you just your first time now, what would you recommend them doing?
Like as a hobby? I mean, a hobby.
No, just whatever. They just touched down. They don't know what's going on. What would you do if you had to do it again? What would be your first thing you would do? Would it be grabbing something to eat at a restaurant, walking the street, looking at tours? How would you navigate that person on the first time if they don't know what's going on?
I say, like, when you first get there, I say find out where I guess when you first book your Airbnb. Well, see, me personally, I use Airbnb. I ain't never used a hotel, so
that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So with the Airbnb situation, I always try to see what stores nearby, because you never know. Because sometimes, you might have to go to the store at nighttime and just try to find out like where the stores just so happening.
Right.
The last place I stayed at the Airbnb, it was a supermarket down the street, Supermercado. I mean, that's what it's called. Okay. But it was a store. It was a store down the street, and it was a gym. So a lot of time, I always look at the stores like where's the Airbnb, like the surroundings, just in case an emergency, you might have to go somewhere or whatever. You know.
Okay. So yeah, that's point number one. If you just getting into that, wherever you going, let's say South America, location is important. Now you gotta do that stuff while you at home.
Yeah.
Google Maps. You gotta use Yelp. You gotta use Facebook. I actually highly recommend Facebook groups for that place, because sometimes TikTok, but people will give you, hey, look, this is good areas. Go ahead.
Yeah. So once you book the Airbnb, guys, they pretty much send you like the address and everything, and where's it at, and then you can go online and look it up. Then it'll pull up like Google Maps. It'll pull up like all the surroundings of where your Airbnb at. So that's another good thing too.
Right, and keep in mind, guys, look, if this is your first time, and this is just my opinion. G, you might got you have your own opinion. Mm-hmm. When I'm traveling, and this is just me, I typically want to go in a high visibility area. I want to go in the best area first and see, okay, I'm on a beachfront, I'm around a lot of stuff, and that gives me a chance to get in the cabs and see other little areas, and that's a good area over there, but I didn't think about that. But when you do that on your first time, don't try to go too cheap, because you might put yourself in a situation where I'm at.
Yeah,
I'm off the beaten path. The Airbnb looks good on a picture on the inside, but the surrounding area might be like, oh man, this is like an inner city. I don't see a lot of tourists out in this area.
Yeah.
So what he's saying, location, and do your research. So that's the first thing. Now the second thing, let's say you've been once or twice.
Yeah,
now what you do? Well, now what you do on your second visit? How was that trip? What that trip's about? Is that trip about, man, look, I'm ready to hit the streets, the club, I can navigate throughout Dominican Republic? Or you just, by that point, you probably met somebody on the first trip. How would that be?
Well, on the first trip, when I first landed and went to DR, right? Me and my homeboy at the time. Actually, the Airbnb was in a hood, like a barrio.
That's understandable.
And when we was, now here's the thing, like when we landed, they gave us the wrong address. All right. So I had to call them. So just so happened, some told me to call them, and I couldn't get through. So now me and my homeboy, we just walking around in the barrio, which that's the hood, just in case you didn't know, in the projects with suitcases and bags and shit. And I was just like,
red flag.
So I had to
target.
Yeah, we was just stranded out there and shit.
Yeah,
and went to the wrong place. So I told him call the Uber and just take him back to the airport so I can, I felt like I was like a sitting duck. And I had
and it's disrespectful too. You don't want to be in nobody's hood with luggage. You making it like, and it's just me from my travel.
Now you're about coming to America.
Right, exactly. Like, what you doing here, man? Why this area, this ain't no tourist area, bro. You in the wrong area.
Yeah, it was bad, bro.
So that's a key point.
That's the first time I went there.
Now let me ask you a question, because those who don't know the language.
Yeah.
Is it predominantly Spanish, or is it half Spanish, half American? what would you say? All right, now you might have to get your game up because that's a cultural difference, word exchange. And my man G, tell me about the language then. How that
work? Here's the thing.
I know you go though, but when you was there, was it any English? Were you able to find any English speaking, or it was like
that's another thing in my video. I think I talked about it, in the vlog, right? So I talked about it in the vlog. Now, in DR, yeah, that is a Spanish-speaking country. Yes, they speak Spanish, right? But I know a little bit of elementary Spanish. Now, with that being said, I know when I use this translator, man, I want to say you can get real like lazy, like you'll start to depend on this a lot, and I didn't really want to start to depend on it too much, but I had to. So if you watch my first vlog that I put out, like the most recent one I put out, I talked about how, as you can see in the car scene, I was trying to understand what she was saying. Just so happened I was trying to go to a restaurant, and that restaurant was down in Santo. It was in Santo Domingo, but it was in
big shout out to Santo Domingo.
Yeah, it was in Zona Colonial. That's where all the tourists at. So that's my favorite restaurant. When I come to find out, the restaurant had moved. I remember I ain't been in DR in a year and a half since I went back here recently. Come to find out they had moved that restaurant. So my homegirl, she was speaking Spanish, talking to the Uber, and they were trying to find it because they kept pulling up at a different address. So they were talking Spanish, and I'm trying to understand what they're saying. I want to catch some little words here and there, but they talk so damn fast. So again, a lot of time I use this because I want to just get my point across and be done with it and go.
Right.
So if you know Spanish, speak it. If you learn it, try to speak it. Try to use this less. Don't depend on the translator app. Just try to depend on too much of it. Unless you try to get your point across, you need to get to point A to point B.
Right, and so you in a Spanish-speaking country, you don't have a lot of Spanish words in your vocabulary. Yeah. So you picking up on a little thing, and most people may know stuff like gracias and poquito and muy bien, all that stuff. But when they start getting in the conversations, boom, you lost. Yeah. And now I'm trying to figure out. Now you're right. You can use Google Translate, but Google Translate is trying to bombs you a little bit. But it's actually trying to cipher the way I talk, and put it into Spanish. And most of the time, English got so many dialects.
Yeah, it means different. In Spanish might mean something different in English. It's just a lot of. It's kind of hard. It's kind of complicated. But But anyway, like I said, just if you learn Spanish, it's just best just learn a language. Right, learn the basic at least.
So now we got from the stage. Well, this is my first time. I enjoy myself. I'm working on my second trip. Boom, I seen some other areas I might be interested in. By that point, and most people that's traveling single, if you're a single person, you're gonna meet people. Yeah. And y'all might exchange Instagrams or whatever, WhatsApp, whatever they're using over there, Facebook. That gives you an opportunity to have someone to tap in with, like a contact. Yeah. And then you might hit them up.
Connection.
Right, the connection.
And that's what I have. I have a lot of friends over there. So I've been over there more than one time.
Right. So, and that makes it better for the second time. So my visit number 2, you already there, and you probably found somebody like, look, I'm coming through in about a month or 2. Are you free? You want to hang out?
Yeah.
If they say yes, then guess what? That's your opportunity to really explore the country, the area that you're in.
And I want to say to that because a lot of my videos and my vlogs, most people that you see me with, I didn't just meet them. How can I say that? Yeah, I met them like in person for the first time maybe, but I've been talking to them for months, all the way up until it's time to go. That's how I do it. I'm giving away free games. I mean, this is what I do. I give
right.
And I pretty much talked to this person for like maybe 3-4 months, and I'm talking about females, so I ain't talking about no. But anyway, I'm just saying. But I talked to him for like 3-4 months, all the way up until it's time to go, and then that way, because I want that connection. I'm big on connection, bro. I just can't talk to a female and one day she might call one day, but that's a whole other conversation. I'm not gonna get too much.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, just if you can use an app. Use a dating app, but try to get to know them like that. So try to get to know them, talk to them for like a good 6 months, all the way up until it's time to go.
Okay. So you talked about connection.
Yeah.
Now, I look at it as, now you talking about a connection, and it can be a friendly connection. It can be you trying to take this personal because y'all been texting and chatting in and out with some translation going on.
Yeah.
Now, if you can find somebody that speaks a little English, that actually helps out a little bit. Now, it cuts that language barrier and y'all can express each other a little better.
Now, the first and the second time that I went to DR, those two women, they knew English. They didn't know it. How can I say it? They weren't fluent in English, but they can speak it. But she can understand me a lot more.
Right.
But sometimes if she trying to get a point across, she'll go and talk Spanish. But she knew the basic stuff and she knew English a little bit. And she took it. Like I said, man, those two, they knew English, but it's always good to, if you find somebody that they can speak both language or bilingual or whatever, that's cool. But that's a good thing. But it's just best just try to learn the language too.
Right, and that actually makes it look like you care about, doesn't mean that you got to learn every language or every country you go to, but I really believe if you focus in on South America, Central America, and there's a lot of different languages in South America, not just Spanish.
You got Portuguese.
Right.
I'm going that next. I'm going to Brazil sometime next year. I don't know when, but that's going to be next on my list.
You want to try to get engulfed in the culture. And even if and they appreciate that too, because a lot of times,
it's out of respect.
Right. A lot of times, if I'm with somebody and we just walking like this and I'm saying something, they hear what's coming out my mouth, but they don't know what I'm saying. So there's no response. Yeah. They don't know what to do. So now that's kind of like an awkward situation. But we're going to get to step 3.
In that vlog, in my vlog, if you watch my, like I said again, if you watch my most recent vlog that I had posted, you'll see that the female in that video, she knew English a little bit, but it wasn't to the point where she can understand me. So a lot of time we have, as you watch it, you'll see us using the translator back and forth all throughout the whole video. And that's something that ties me at times. Right?
Check this out. Straight into Dominican Republic. What words, if you give me 1 or 2, that these women know, that or even not just women, anybody, what word that they know? That if I say this, they know what it means. What can be some of those words that's internationally recognized?
DR, money. Money.
I'm only bringing that up because I see a lot of people that's vlogging in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And from what I noticed, and this even on my personal, see, they got an international language when it comes to food, entertainment, but all this involves money.
Yeah.
Shopping. If I just say those words, shopping, they're like the light bulb go off. I say dinner, food, the light bulb. If I say party, disco, that's an international word. I can say that word. Or now if I want to say alcohol, they don't say alcohol in Spanish. I can do like that. They know what you say. Oh, let's go.
Yeah, they ain't talking about no water either.
They ain't talking about no water. That's agua.
Yes,
agua. But so we know they got some words. Now I'm only bringing that up because most people that's going to these countries, that's what they're gonna hit up. They're doing the club scene, the eating scene, and they may go shopping. Now, I wouldn't say, okay, that's my main objective, but after like trip number 2, you're going to cut some of that stuff out, like shopping ain't my thing no more. I'm done with that. I am done with doing tours. I'm actually out there now
with the locals.
I'm with the locals.
Now, anyway, so what you were saying with the locals, while we're on that subject, me personally, I like to go out around the locals. That's, on my second, last year on my old video, I don't know if you see that, but I went to the country life in DR.
Yeah.
All up in the mountains and stuff, and that was cool. But yes, me personally, I like to go around locals and talk to them and stuff. But at the time, my Spanish wasn't really up to par as where I can hold a conversation. But I want to say locals, it's always good to hang around locals. That way you get the insight on everything. You get the ins and outs. They'll tell you what's going on. And matter of fact, you can get like the background culture, the history of the city, of the town, or whatever you at.
Perfect. And we did a video a while back going in certain areas, and from my understanding and from what I've noticed, some areas are got a lot of kids back there. Some areas are used to like tourism. I'm talking about some hoods. they're not the best. They're dangerous.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they've seen people come in and out.
Yeah.
They've seen people come in and out of these hoods.
Yeah.
And what I like to say is, if I'm in somebody's area, I'm gonna patronize the restaurant, the bar, the food, and let them know, hey, look, I'm spending some money here.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. You want to get there and learn how to, incorporate yourself. So when they do see me again, people not, man, who that is? They're not plotting on me or nothing like that. So by finding somebody that's
You want to get in with the locals.
that's getting in, and I'm telling you, and I don't know if you saw it. Yeah, I don't know if you had an opportunity to see any people on the bikes out there. I don't know if you saw it, but I know Dominican Republic, they're big on bikes.
On the
dirt bikes, they pass the moped, and they're big groups.
And my videos again, one of my 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 next video that I'm gonna post that next week. You'll see me walking. Oh, another thing too, if you vlogging, I talk about this too. While you vlogging, don't ever put your camera on the left, on the side of the mopeds when they driving there. Take those shit and go on with it.
Okay.
So I always just keep that in mind. But I always keep the camera. If you vlogging, keep it away from the street where the mopeds won't come by and snatch your stuff up.
All right, now speaking about that, you talking about, the locals. How do you fit in, even though they know you're not from there? But actually, you can blend in with the Dominican because they got dark skin, they got fair skin, they got different.
They look just like us.
They look just like us.
Just speak Spanish.
But I'm coming, let's say right now, I'm coming from the big city in the US, and I'm trying to bring all my fancy clothes. Or you would say, just, man, throw on this little t-shirt or something. How would you, what would you recommend? How should they pack?
Shit, first of all, don't wear this. When you watch the video, yes, I had that. I wanted to wear. I thought about wearing that, just keep it tucked in. I said, nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Okay.
Most definitely don't wear no shit like no watch, no
Okay.
no watch. So just wear just keep it simple, bro. Wear like a little this little bracelet that old girl bought me a while back. Like just like a little bracelet or an African necklace or whatever, something cheap. Don't try to flash. So, bro.
Yo.
Hey.